Welcome to episode 158 of the Sports Marketing Machine podcast, powered by Revelocity Sports. I'm your host, Jeremy Neisser. I look at hundreds, maybe even thousands of sports teams' websites all across the country, all across the world, truth be told, to look at promotions, theme nights, groups, things that they're doing to drive more fans to games. And oftentimes, I'll end up a lot more times than not on the promotions page, which is typically the schedule page, that they're talking about the theme nights and the promotions that you have. I see a lot of teams put together theme nights that gets me scratching my head thinking, how are they going to sell tickets to that? Who are they trying to attract with that? So with this episode, I'm actually going to give you a theme night framework. So if you haven't thought about putting one together, or you are working through theme nights, or you're brainstorming, this will give you a framework of how to really approach you doing theme nights. Some of the stuff might be like, yeah, Jeremy, no brainer, duh. And other it is, maybe I hadn't thought about it that way, but I hope you're going to take one or two great takeaways from this episode, because what I'm seeing is a lot of teams are doing it one way, a lot of teams are doing it another, but there's great synergies and thoughts that you can combine that really help you take it to the next level. So let's get started. So let's start with doing it the wrong way first. Why am I starting there? Well, this is going to make sense in just a second. I think there are a lot of teams that are asking the wrong question when it comes to theme nights. They ask, what theme nights should we do? That is actually the wrong question. The real question is, what audiences do we want to reach out to attract them to come to our games? This is the same for baseball or hockey or football or soccer, whatever it may be. Because if you don't have an audience that you want to reach out to about coming out for a specific theme night, you won't have a theme night. You just have something that you think is going to work and attract people, but it actually won't work. So I saw a couple times on theme nights during the year for some sports teams, wear your favorite football team jersey to the game, or let's make a deal night. It's like, well, who is that actually attracting? It's really single game buyers that you're trying to attract, but there's really nothing to it. And another team was doing a Korean baseball day. And I asked them, like, all right, well, who's your audience? Well, it's the Korean community, churches, the local businesses. Those are the folks that I would really like to target for this game. Whereas let's make a deal night or wear your jersey to the game night isn't really a theme night. That's you just trying things and saying you're doing things, but you're not really trying to sell more tickets to your game. So today, I'm going to break through a little bit more of a framework here that honestly should determine whether a theme night even exists. So that's the reason why I kind of started on the negative side of things, and I hate to do that, but really sets the tone for the conversation that we're going to have today. Theme nights are not ideas. They are audience strategies. Theme nights, sure, on paper they look like ideas and you're brainstorming, but it's really an audience strategy. How am I going to get this group of people to come to my game? If you start with the idea first, let's do 90s night, let's do mystery night, you've already lost. Because now you're trying to find an audience for an idea instead of building the idea for the audience. I'm going to say that again. You build an idea for an audience. Like Bark in the Ballpark is bring your dogs to the game. They have an audience. Korean night at the ballpark is I have an audience of the Korean community and I want to bring them to the ballpark or the hockey arena or the game, right? So instead of building an idea for an audience, You need to find an audience that you want to go after, and you build an idea for them. So let's work through some more of the frameworks here. Before you ever approve any theme night, you need to have 4 things. Number 1, a clear audience. Not just fans, not just families. You need to have a real targeted audience. Teachers, nurses, dog owners, Korean community, youth baseball community, a cultural community, whatever the audience is, that is what you have to start with. You can't name the audience in one sentence, then stop. Seriously, as you're working through your theme nights, if you can't name the audience for that theme night that you're working on, then stop. Just throw that theme night idea away. There are lots of different places where you can find theme night ideas. Spinzo and I did an episode several months ago, and I'll put a link in the show notes where you can go back and listen to the top 10 theme nights from last year. And these were the ones that actually drove ticket sales. I'll put a link in the show notes so you can take a listen to that one. But it all started with having a clear audience. Number 2, a buildable list. Can we actually reach these people? Because teachers sound good, but do you have school contacts? Do you have email lists? Do you have relationships? If your sales team does not have a list to go after, that's not a theme night. That's I hope we can reach these people. And hope doesn't sell tickets, people. Well, unless she's on your sales team, but hope doesn't sell tickets. Number 3, you need someone to organize some of this stuff. You need someone who's going to bring people together, because tickets don't magically sell themselves. Sure, you've got someone on your sales staff that's going to go after it, but you really need someone to help it from the outside, because having someone that says, hey, we're going to go to this game, right? That could be the principal, the coach, an office manager, community leader, whatever it is. If you don't have a natural organizer for some of these things as you put together your theme night, like there's no scale, there's no ability to hit the pedal to the metal to get off on and go for it, right? In that podcast episode, Spinzo talked about having an apartment complex going against other apartment complexes and selling tickets. Well, it was probably that main person at the apartment complex, that facilities manager or the leasing manager, helping drive the conversation. They have all the contacts of the people that live there, and they're pushing it out and communicating it to you, to the folks that live there, right? So if you think about it, like it's got to have someone also helping push it in addition to the sales rep that you have on your team. And number 4, a reason to organize. This is actually one of the ones that I think is most overlooked. Why would someone actually coordinate an outing to come out? Not just attend, but organize it. Like it's the recognition for healthcare night. Maybe it's the participation for like a performance group coming out, or a shared identity for a heritage night. It's a Korean community like I mentioned earlier, right? Or some sort of perk or experience. There's no reason to rally people behind it. They won't. I do see a lot of theme nights are single ticket driven, specifically at the major league level, where it's, hey, this is Hello Kitty Day. You can buy a ticket, and as part of that, you get this free shirt or whatever it may be, and you're in a specific section, and we're doing X, Y, and Z. That certainly works at the major league level. But you and I were at the level where we're grinding and working hard to sell more tickets to our games, because it doesn't come as easy as it may be for the Texas Rangers or the San Francisco Giants or the Detroit Pistons or what have you, right? We're grinders. We're working our tails off. I'm not saying they're not grinders at that level, but it's a little bit easier, a little bit different than selling at the minor league level or the summer collegiate level or even at the college level as well, right? So you really need someone to rally behind it, to help coordinate it, to help push it for you, right? So here is the filter that I really need you to walk away this episode with when it comes to planning your theme nights. Number 1, do you have a clear audience? Who is your target audience for this theme night? Do you have a list, or can you acquire a list, or can you get a list somehow? Number 3, do you have someone that can help spearhead it, an organizer that may be able to help champion this theme night that you can go out there and start running with it? And number 4, is there a clear reason why people are rallied behind it, right? Is it a recognition or the participation or some sort of experience or perk that you have going on at your facility, your arena, ballpark, or what have you, right? Like, you have to have those 4 things there to really have a truly blow the top off theme nights, honestly. Because at that point, when you have those 4 things, right, it's not just a theme night. It's not just something you post on social media in social media helping drive some of these things, right? You actually have the foundation of how to turn this theme night this year into something that consistently grows year after year. Because that's truly what you want. You don't want a one-time theme night that you do this year that you're just like, yeah, I tried that last year and what have you. You want it to grow because you're ultimately driving the car towards having more and more sellouts. So if you can start off, just using that Korean example that I mentioned, starting off and they sell 200 tickets this year, and then they come back and say, hey, I got some great ideas of things we can do next year. Great, fantastic. And then next year, the 200 turns into 500. Like, now you are on to something. Because it's a whole lot easier to go out and sell 500 tickets to someone who bought it before than to have to go find a whole bunch of other people to buy 500 tickets. So I hope you understand kind of the momentum that you're creating with these theme nights, because the more intentional you are about planning and organizing and really having a target audience in mind, the better results you are going to have. So instead of doing football jersey night where the audience is no one, really, because when you're speaking to everyone, you are essentially speaking to no one. There's no list, no organizer, no reason. Whereas Healthcare Appreciation Night, the audience is healthcare workers, hospitals, departments, administrators. There's a list. There's could be organizers in there. There's a reason. That's the difference here from you're running, hey, let's make a deal versus having an actual theme night built out with guardrails and thoughts and intentionality and creativity on what you're trying to accomplish, and you have people interested, and you're doing things that really attract an audience. So here's what I want you to do. If you're in the planning phases, so if you're in college athletics and you're starting to work through some planning for next year, or you're at the end of the hockey season, you've got your schedule and you've already started to brainstorm for next year, right? Go to your theme nights one by one and score them 1 to 4. How many of these actually have all 4 of the things that I've talked about? If they don't, like, what do they have? If they have all 4, they get a 4. If they only have 1, they get a 1, right? And then you list them out in order of, like, these are the ones that have all 4 of the things that Jeremy's talking about. These are the ones that only have 1. When you prioritize the ones that have 4, you're really going to see those take off like a rocket. If they only have 1 thing, I want you to potentially reconsider what you are thinking through here, because those nights aren't truly going to drive the revenue that you're hoping for. Because at the end of the day, you want to create an exceptional experience at your games that fans definitely want to come back for and are fired up to come back for. So prioritize the ones that have all 4 of the things that we've talked about before. They have a clear audience, an opportunity to get a list, or you have a list, an organizer, maybe a few, and a real true reason for them to want to come out. And then go from there. If they only have 1 of those things, like, you really need to put some elbow grease into figuring out how to get the other 3 items on the list or grow them to get to that point, or, truth be told, scrap them. Come up with other ideas. The most creative people that I've ever met are the people that work in sports, because they're constantly thinking and they're constantly working on different ideas to get people to the games so that they can experience what a truly amazing atmosphere it is to come to your games. So I'm going to leave you with this. Don't start with the theme. Start with an audience, because if you don't have an audience, you don't have a theme night. You just have some random idea. If you found value in this episode, take a moment to pop on over to Spotify or Apple and leave a rating or review, or more importantly, share it with someone who's just like you, someone who's trying to sell more tickets and grow their fan base. Until next time.